Let's learn about function notation. So now that we know what a function is, how do we actually express it? So previously, you would have seen something along the lines of y is equal to ax plus b. So that would be a function. But the actual function notation, we don't use y, we use f of x is equal to ax plus b. And all that this means is that we have a function that takes in a variable x and outputs ax plus b. The way that this is read is f of x because we have a function of x. Now, it's not always going to be an f. F is just generally what's used. You can also see something like g of x or h of x. Those are generally the ones that are used most often, but you can kind of use any letter that you want. So f of x is called the name of the function. So this is the name. X is the input, which is also our domain of the function. And ax plus b is our output. And that is also going to be the range of the function. If you have a graph of the function, the domain is all the values x that you can input into the function. So x is our domain. And f of x, or ax plus b, is the range, which is all of the possible outputs of the function. So traditionally, that would be all of our y's. So if we have a function, something like this, and the maximum value of it is 1, and the minimum value is -1, and it never goes outside of those lines, that means that your range would be from -1 to 1. So how do we actually sub in values for our function? So let's say that we have this function, f of x is equal to 3x plus 1, and we want to solve it when x is equal to 2. So what we end up doing is we sub in 2 for our values of x, and the way that it's expressed is that this x here, you sub in the 2 there, and this shows that we are subbing in x is equal to 2. So then if we solve this, we get f of 2 is equal to 6 plus 1, which is equal to 7. So f of 2 is equal to 7. Similarly, if we had a different value, like x is equal to -4, you can express that as f of -4 is equal to 3 times -4 plus 1, which is equal to -12 plus 1, which is equal to -11. So then you have f of -4 is -11. So if we have an equation such as 4x plus 2y is equal to 3, how do we express that in function notation? Well, the first thing that we want to do is isolate the y term. To do that, we minus 4x from both sides. So then we get 2y is equal to 3 minus 4x. And then to get y by itself, we need to divide both sides by 2. So then you get y is equal to 3 minus 4x divided by 2. So then how do we get that into function notation? Well, first of all, we can simplify this a bit. The 4 can divide by 2, so we get 3 halves minus 2x. Just simplifies it a little, looks a little nicer. To convert this to function notation, we know that our function uses x as the variable. So we have f of x is equal to 3 halves minus 2x. So that is our function notation.